on Access Hollywood. Jennifer Lopez continues her whirlwind publicity tour as a firestorm over her relationship with Puffy explodes.
It's a blessing that she's the one that's by my side.
Now the provocative new MTV News interviews with Puffy and Jennifer.
Plus the showdown between Temptation Island and the West Wing as another Temptation controversy erupts.
You know that music means Survivor, but guess what? We're not in Borneo, so the music is changing. We're in the studio with the composers for the making of Survivor 2's new music.
Celine Dion gets an early surprise. We've got all the baby details. Plus, Sarah Jessica Parker on her ex-beau, Robert Downey Jr.
And this is the making of one very expensive commercial.
Bring it on.
Why this Everybody Loves Raymond spot is an unusual TV move?
Ray keeps borrowing my cup.
Whatever. This is Access Hollywood for Thursday, January 25th, 2001. Celine Dion is a new mommy. Hi again, everybody. I'm Pat O'Brien.
Hi, everybody. I'm Nancy O'Dell, and we can happily report that singer Celine Dion and husband Renee Angelil are the proud parents of a baby boy. Renee Charles, who weighed in at 6 pounds 8 ounces, was born 3 weeks early in Florida. Celine had gotten pregnant through in vitro fertilization. Both mother and baby are doing, quote, marvelously well and are in perfect health. Great news. Of course, we congratulate them. Pat.
Nancy, Jennifer Lopez had fans screaming like babies last night in Hollywood for the release of her new album. It's been a crazy week for Jennifer as rumors swirled about her relationship with Puff Daddy. Now a new special may shed some light on things.
It's not something that we dwell on. It'll be a very happy day once it's not something we have to think about.
Looking tired and depressed, that was Jennifer Lopez just weeks ago describing the personal impact that Puffy's upcoming trial has had on their relationship. This exclusive interview appears in a new hard-hitting documentary, Puffy on Trial, Victory or No Way Out. The special, which airs on MTV, also features Puffy candidly revealing to John Norris the immense pressure his troubles have put on their 19-month affair.
It's definitely been stressful, but, she's just been extremely supportive. It's a blessing, man, that she's the one that's by my side.
Yesterday, we reported Daily News columnist Mitchell Fink's claim that Jennifer and Puffy's relationship is now over and that Jennifer is dating a dancer from her new music video, Love Don't Cost a Thing. A claim both Jennifer and Puffy vehemently deny. Puffy, who was interviewed for this special just 4 weeks ago, gives no indication, however, of a split. But he does reveal that if he could turn back time, he'd rather Jennifer had not been by his side the evening of the Manhattan nightclub shooting.
It was extremely frightening because of the fact that Jennifer was there. If she'd not been there, that would have been a whole load off of my mind.
But it's Jennifer who gets a load off her mind in the new issue of Rolling Stone. Despite a report that she ended their affair, she tells the magazine that earlier in their relationship, it was Puffy who always threatened to dump her. Quote, he said to me many times, I want a divorce. I'll be away so much, or he can't get away, whatever. But he'll say, so where do I send the papers? End quote. Pandemonium. That was the only way to describe the scene last night as Jennifer made a live appearance amidst a sea of balloons and confetti at the Virgin Megastore in Hollywood to promote the release of her sophomore CD, J-Lo. In fact, there were so many balloons, Jennifer almost took a spill.
Yeah, the balloons are a great idea.
Showing no signs of the intense media pressure surrounding speculation of her and Puffy's reported breakup, a smiling Jennifer greeted fans and signed autographs for her hundreds of screaming admirers.
Thank you all so much. I love you for all your support.
That MTV special, by the way, Puffy on Trial, Victory or No Way Out, airs tomorrow night on MTV at 7:30. As for Jennifer, the first day sales of her new album, J-Lo, were reportedly 5 times higher than her first album 2 years ago. More Jennifer tonight as she visits Jay on The Tonight Show. Nancy.
Well, heat on Temptation Island last night as the ratings cooled just a bit. 16.8 million viewers tuned in, down from 17.6 last week, as a new episode of The West Wing won the time slot with 18 million viewers. But Temptation Island is still a huge hit, especially with the 18 to 49-year-old crowd dominating the night.
Oh, no. He's gonna kill me.
There's a reason why everyone's talking about Temptation Island today, and you're looking at it. This is contestant Mandy licking, kissing, and getting hot and heavy with her date, while boyfriend Billy was nowhere in sight.
Billy, I'm so sorry.
The show brings 4 couples to an island and tempts them with sexy singles to see just how devoted they are. At the end of each episode, the contestants have the option of viewing part of their mate's dates.
I want to see it.
But last night, it seemed clear that contestants were not always seeing the steamiest scenes. For instance, Tahid was doing this, but his girlfriend Waitasi only saw this.
What happened?
Nothing.
Really?
Yeah, he was dancing.
As for Billy, it seemed that producers picked the raciest part of Mandy's date for him to watch. Host Mark Wahlberg says it's the luck of the draw.
Producer's call. You know, obviously they're going to take what is the hottest moment from their date. It's an unedited thing, which is, I think, fair for them that we're not going to cut it up and make it even more scandalous than what actually happened on the date.
Also last night, the men learned that Heather, one of the tempting singles, bolted from the island.
Heather got there and said, you know what, I don't like it. I want to go. I'm assuming. I don't know what she said. But, you know, she decided she wanted to go home for her own personal reasons, and so she went home.
Well, it may be a new week on the music charts, but it's the same old as the Beatles give new meaning to #1. But this week they have company from a box office favorite. It's lucky number 7 for the Beatles for the 7th consecutive week. The group CD 1 tops the charts, selling 216,000 copies. Shaggy holds his number 2 spot with Hot Shot, selling 204,000 copies. And the soundtrack from the #1 film, Save the Last Dance, makes the number 3 spot, selling 172,000 copies.
Got that? It's like 2. Yeah. It's the same beat, but then you split it up, right?
Now, the success of the movie and its soundtrack has made stars out of its 2 leads, Julia Stiles and Sean Patrick Thomas.
We're just both shocked and excited. We've exchanged emails and just congratulated each other.
Sean is back at work playing a detective on the CBS cop show The District. How has the cast reacted to his hit film?
Everybody's been very cool, you know, lots of jokes, you know, they're like, Sean, okay, teach me how to dance, you know, all that stuff, you know.
By the way, for additional chart information, you may log on to Billboard.com.
Sarah Jessica Parker's Golden Globe roller coaster ride tops today's Hollywood headlines.
So are you still coming off the high after the Golden Globe?
Yeah, we sort of still can't quite believe it. We thought the next morning that they might change their minds and take it away. We had so imagined other scenarios that it's just thrilling. We really can't quite believe our good fortune.
Last night in Hollywood, Sex and the City, Sarah Jessica Parker was still riding high from her Golden Globe win. And she tells Sean Robinson she's also thrilled for longtime friend Robert Downey Jr.
He's been a good actor for many, many years, so it's always nice to see good work recognized. But I'm pleased that he has had such a good working experience since he's been out of jail, and that part of his life seems to be working quite nicely, so I'm very pleased for him.
Sarah attended a party in honor of makeup artist and good friend Laura Mercier. Sarah says Laura is her secret weapon to looking sexy.
Her makeup is just beautiful, and I'm telling you, it lasts for hours because I have put it to the test.
Well, coming up, yep, that music has become synonymous with Survivor now. There is a new Survivor, and of course that means new music.
Now, all these elements recorded in a cave in the middle of the Outback.
We are in the recording studio with the composers for the new Survivor theme song.
Plus, Doris tackles Patricia, but we'll tell you who is really scoring off these Everybody Loves Raymond spots.
And new images from Hannibal straight ahead.
But first, tonight's Access info. So, which network has the wealthiest viewers? NBC. Its viewers have an average income of $55,000 a year. Fox is second with $49,300. ABC third with $47,200. And CBS fourth with an average viewer making $43,500 a year. Access Hollywood brought to you in part by Sears. The good life at a great price, guaranteed. There it is. Welcome back to Access Hollywood. We all know that sound. It's the music made famous from Survivor. There's a whole new Survivor about to air, and that means a whole new Australian sound. We went inside the studio to hear composers bring it to life. catchy Survivor theme will have an audio facelift when Survivor the Australian Outback bows on Sunday. While we can't reveal the complete new song, composers Russ Landau and David Vanacore invited us into the studio to hear the new elements.
Here we go.
The new sounds, many of which were recorded in the Australian Outback for authenticity, include Aboriginal chants, as well as the percussion and wind instrument indigenous to the land down under, the didgeridoo.
Now, all these elements, these didgeridoo parts, were recorded in a cave in the middle of the Outback for a later addition into the main title.
The duo who was responsible for all of the music throughout the show say now with the success of Survivor 1, the pressure is on to deliver music that will drive Survivor 2.
One of the reasons why it is popular is there's a lot of different personalities in the show, and so they're constantly jumping around from person to person, and the one common denominator is the music throughout the show.
Let's say it together. Didgeridoo. Survivor the Australian Outback premieres Sunday right after the Super Bowl on CBS. Now, tomorrow, we give you a special sneak peek at the brutal conditions the new contestants will face as Tony Potts reports from Down Under. Nancy.
Well, a flesh-eating serial killer and some supersized dinosaurs are wreaking havoc. Hannibal and Jurassic Park 3, two of the biggest, baddest, most anticipated movies, are coming, and we have got the inside scoop from the Sundance Film Festival. How will this Jurassic compare, and what Hannibal's secret is Julianne Moore dishing?
I'm not scared. We're all just pretending anyway, so it's not very scary to us.
Hannibal's Julianne Moore speaks out on whether she was ever frightened on the set by Anthony Hopkins and his Oscar-winning Hannibal Lecter character.
He is a great actor and a wonderful guy. I mean, I couldn't ask for a better actor to work with.
Moore was in Sundance, not for a film, but to receive the Piper Heidsieck Independent Vision Award, honoring her career in film. But her lips were sealed when we asked about any upcoming delectable Hannibal surprises.
I'm not allowed to tell you anything.
Sam Neill is also in Sundance with his new film, The Dish, a feel-good comedy about an oddball team of technicians and their part in the Apollo 11 moon landing. Neill just wrapped Jurassic Park 3 a week ago today and gave us the latest on the upcoming sequel.
It's been a very long and arduous shoot. It was 5 months long. And it's going to be bigger than Christmas. It's very, very, very intense. You'll be blown away. I can say that with full authority.
Making us anxious. Well, Hannibal eats its way into theaters February the 9th. Jurassic Park 3, meantime, opens nationwide July the 18th. Pat.
Nancy, coming up, this may look like a friendly game of family football, but we'll tell you why the gang of Everybody Loves Raymond is actually making Super Bowl plays. Plus, we've got more of those super ads for Sunday's big game straight ahead.
But first, tonight's staggering stat. Baby, you're a rich man, or should we say a richer man? We told you about the Beatles topping the charts for the 7th straight week. Well, that success has helped Paul McCartney become a billionaire.
He moved! He moved! He moved! All right! Here we go!
Welcome back to Access Hollywood as the cast of Everybody Loves Raymond gets down and dirty in their own Super Bowl commercial. Ever seen Doris Roberts tackle? And who stole Patricia Heaton's cup? Hey, Ray, go deep! We've got all behind-the-scenes scenes and the action. Hut, 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 hike. The players are on the field. Tensions are running high. Hi, everybody, and welcome to the Everybody Loves Raymond promotional football game.
Everyone's going to get a piece of Ray Barone.
It's the Barone family battling it out on the field.
Ray keeps borrowing my cup, and I can't get it back.
And we were there for the play-by-play.
Okay, you're going to see some action now. Look at that. See? All right. Okay. Somebody just told her there was an Emmy behind the tree.
In an unusual move, CBS reportedly gave the top-rated show $200,000 to create a 20- and a 30-second commercial that will run during the big game on Sunday.
This is big time.
Reminder, a 30-second spot airing during the Super Bowl usually sells for about $2.3 million.
Bring it on.
There will be monkey business once again as E-Trade brings back its popular commercial chimpanzee. It's to follow up last year's hilarious, much talked about spot, which was just named as one of the top 10 Super Bowl commercials of all time in a special airing this Saturday on CBS. E-Trade will also do a Matrix parody, which is sure to get people talking this year.
Sayonara.
And Pepsi is sure to make waves with this Joy of Pepsi commercial, a spoof of former presidential candidate Bob Dole's controversial Viagra ad.
It helps me feel youthful, vigorous, and most importantly, vital again.
MasterCard continues its Priceless campaign with 2 new commercials, one touting the fact that you were never too old to have fun.
Water sports with the people who knew you when you had hair. Free. A week on a private island with your 9 oldest friends. Priceless.
And here, throwing razor-sharp implements backwards at my defenseless little friend, Teller.
Pizza Hut takes a stab at selling stuffed crust pizza with the help of magicians Penn and Teller. The commercial will be shown backwards on Saturday with the forward-running ad revealed 1 minute before kickoff Super Bowl Sunday.
Don't try this at home.
Well, tomorrow, more hilarious moments when we show you some of the all-time greatest Super Bowl commercials. You do not want to miss that. And that is tomorrow, Pat.
I won't miss it. From Super Bowl commercials to unscripted and unforgettable Super Bowl moments off the field. From a fan trying to rob a winning coach to a famous singer blanking on the words to the national anthem, they're the uncensored highlights that make this game truly super.
I am so excited.
Super Bowl excitement is kicking into high gear on CBS.
Let's emphasize this show is uncensored.
Saturday night, MTV teams up with the iNetwork for MTV Super Bowl Uncensored, which tells untold stories of Super Bowls past.
I was being carried off of the field, and there was a fan that came up and grabbed me by the arm and pulled my watch off of my arm.
Like in 1973 when Miami Dolphins coach Don Shula had his watch stolen by a fan.
So I go, my watch, and I go chasing the fan to try to find the watch. I did end up finding it. I didn't want to lose that watch.
Then there was the first Super Bowl in 1967, where the LA Coliseum was less than half full.
This was at the Coliseum, which held 100,000 people, and to me it looked like there were maybe 30,000 people there. We actually had the people move into the center of the stadium so it would look fuller.
And there was also the Super Bowl where Harry Connick Jr. forgot the national anthem.
I asked my dad, I mean, this is 3 seconds before I sang it to him. I said, Dad, what's the first line of this song? My papa's real cool. He said, oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light? I said, okay, cool.
MTV Super Bowl Uncensored airs Saturday night on CBS.
Let's go!
I think it's pretty much done. We're good to go.
Lance Bass and his pals from NSYNC are ready for their big halftime Super Bowl performance with Aerosmith on Sunday. We dropped by rehearsal this morning. We were treated to a little preview.
Come on in and check it out.
Access Hollywood has learned that after performing separately, NSYNC, Aerosmith, Britney Spears, Mary J. Blige, and Nelly will join together for the final song, Walk This Way.
It's going to be hot, it's going to be fun, and hope you guys are looking forward to it like we are.
And we will have more with them tomorrow. Well, coming up in tonight's moment, a practical joke at my expense. Lovely. The Weber Show's Chris Elliott and his tummy. You will not believe your eyes. That's straight ahead. But first, tonight's quote of the day comes from Jerry Hall in the new Us Weekly with the Golden Globes on the cover. Jerry talks about performing on stage, saying, quote, it's better than sex. You can do it 8 times a week and still you don't get pregnant, end quote.
Tonight, our very own Nancy O'Dell guest stars on The Weber Show and got way more than she bargained for. Here's something that didn't make the show, an unscripted encounter with Chris Elliott that Nancy won't forget anytime soon. It's tonight's moment.
The Del Sassoon, who the hell are you?
Baby, are you new?
Yeah, why? Did I do something wrong?
Only if you call being the hottest nurse I've ever seen in my whole life wrong, you stand right there.
I thought Temptation Island was on last night. My goodness. As we say goodnight, another super commercial.
As the mayors of two cities, New York and Baltimore, get involved. Good night, everybody.
Mayor Giuliani, Baltimore will win the Super Bowl.
Mayor O'Malley, the Giants will win the Super Bowl.
I'll put up a bushel of crabs.
I'll put up a bushel of knishes.
What in the world is a knish?
Crabs? They're not going to ship well.
I'll pack them in ice. Calm down.
You calm down.
Baltimore.
New York.
Baltimore.
Mayors don't wear helmets.
Baltimore.
New York will win the Super Bowl.
Don't you mean New Jersey?